Conferences are an important part of this industry, man. It's where relationships form and continue to grow. And that's from those relationships come business and meeting new people. It's important.
One reason why you have success with these shows is because you ran call centers, you were a lead buyer, lead seller, you've been in all aspects.
I started Lead Generation World because I wanted a conference that was by the industry for the industry. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on any of these other shows, but they're run by people that have a dozen other shows and they're just good at running shows. People get confused with noise as being successful. In a show like this, we have about 1,500 attendees, which I actually think is the perfect size because you have better connections with people.
There's a lot of stress, so I don't know how you do it. Like, can you talk about how you manage that? And how do you, because you have 1,500 people.
Like I said, I was never an event guy. I was a lead gen guy that just wanted to start an event. So I think ignorance is a little bliss in this state. We're just like, okay, well, let's do it. Sometimes these conferences are so damn stuffy. It's like, I know we're here for business and I think we need to be professional, but there also should be some loosening up and have some fun. And if it's doing something cool in your booth, if it's bringing a goat, if it's doing something else, why not?
It's like an athletic event.
Yeah.
It's an athletic event. I say that to people,
yeah.
And my voice is doing okay now, but yeah, man, it's like it puts a toll on your body.
You're on another level too, dude.
This is like my Olympics. Guys, LFG fam, trade shows have been so important in my career. We would not have had the success we've had without trade shows. I went to my first LeadsCon ever in 2017, March 2017. My wife happened to be, it was crazy. I met Ruben Ugarte over there.
Yeah.
And man, he became a client of ours. Then I became a client of his, done a lot of business together. And it's so important. And a lot of people are scared to go to trade shows, but I'm here with Mike Ferree, right? Mike Ferree is the founder of Lead Gen World, Contact.io. And these shows are just great. I just say, right, let's fucking go hustler season. Yeah. See that? We got the hype in the background. But it's what a great show. And 2025, we started the year off with a bang. So I can't emphasize enough. Thank you. I mean, I know for myself, for my company Connection Holdings, for the LFG show, very fruitful for us and for a lot of people.
I hope so, man. I think you're right. I mean, Jay, who founded LeadsCon, Jay Weintraub, old time. I won't say old time because it's like internet years old time. You know what I mean? But started LeadsCon in 2008 and built it and sold it and all sort of stuff. And yeah, conferences are an important part of this industry, man. It's where relationships, form and continue to grow. And that's from those relationships come business and meeting new people. It's important. These are great opportunities to learn content, strategies, all that sort of stuff, or simply just meeting new partners.
Yeah, and it's not, the networking is a huge component, don't get me wrong, but the educational sessions and the quality of people that you have on stage, and it's all relevant stuff. This is a year, big changes coming down 3 weeks from now, one-to-one consent. Eric Trauman's always being Pooja Amin, Amin. And there are so many, I see about three, we can see the thing, there's 3 sessions, FCC one-to-one. So you got the big brands, you cover all angles of what it comes down to.
Yeah, we really try to tailor the content that's going to help people succeed in that, whatever that year is, And so obviously regulations and compliance are a major talking point in this point because of what you said, what's going on January 27th or whatever with the one-to-one consent rules. So yeah, it's important to have that kind of content.
Yeah, it is. So I want to take a step backwards here and go back to the beginning because I think one reason why you have success with these shows is because you ran call centers, you were a lead buyer, lead seller, you've been in all aspects. So you understand our pain points. You understand both sides, the publisher side, the buyer side, the call center side. So can we talk about that, when you got into the game?
Yeah, I started Lead Generation World because I wanted a conference that was by the industry for the industry. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on any of these other shows. I think they're great, but they're run by people that have a dozen other shows and they're just good at running shows. But do they really know how to connect with the content? Do they really know what it means to exhibit and what the exhibitors want, like having people continue to go into this hall and be busy? I do because I was an exhibitor. I've been in the lead gen industry for a long time. I was a lead buyer, like you said, went to the sell side, ran lead gen campaigns across multiple verticals, spent a year or 2 years in a call center environment, contacting leads and then reselling, transferring, making calls, inbound calls. So I've done all those things. And literally create this show for me. The content's for me. The way the exhibit hall is set up is for me as an exhibit, what I would want, And I just think that works because I have I've lived it,
Yeah.
So
I agree. It's obvious. And I think everyone I talked to, they had nothing but good things to say about this show because you get the right people, it attracts the right kind of people. And just yesterday, so many, for me, the way I grew, I have a lot of media buyers, right? We have the good supply. I just need more advertisers, direct advertisers to know about me. So when they see me here, they see me talking, they see me on the podcast, it helps. But for them to be here, because a lot of, listen, not to poo-poo other shows, they're all good. They all have the value.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get lost there. There's like 10,000 people.
Yes.
It's a lot of noise, right? So you have to filter through noise. So when you go to a more intimate show like this, the heavy hitters are there, right?
Yeah.
And it's less of that weeding out because time is money.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. And I think people get confused with noise as being successful. It's in a show like this, we have about 1,500 attendees, which I actually think is the perfect size.
Yeah.
Because there's a churn of new people that come.
And it doesn't feel like 1,500.
Yeah.
If you had told me to guess, I would have said 750 to maybe 1,000. But
No.
but that's a good thing.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel that way.
and you have better connections with people. You get to talk with them for
Yeah.
a few moments versus like some other shows where you're just being cold all over the place. You're going to that hotel, you're going to that hotel, and you're not even, who knows what the hell's going on. You know what I mean? But this is like everything is here in this hotel. Everyone's having able to connect with you. All the meetups that we have, all those sorts of things. I think it's just good quality. Most of our attendees too. Like I ran the report. It was like 3 weeks ago. Over 75% of our attendees were executive level, right? So C-level, founders, presidents. They're the decision makers.
Yeah.
Other shows that have thousands of attendees, you get your marketing managers, and good, they need to be here too. They need to learn, but they're not going to be able to do business with you today, right? They're going to have to talk to your boss, and their bosses are here at our show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then time is money. And another thing too at these shows is that you might think you have all this time, but it goes by, it's like a blur. I feel like when you go to these trade shows, it's like, like audible.com, you listen to book. I listen to books 1.5 speed. I know guys that do 2 or 3 times. I don't know how to do it, but I feel like speed, like an hour at one of these shows is like 20 minutes because there's so much going on. You get into one, and then I'm notorious. I run late to meetings because I'm walking, someone sees me, like, oh my God, then like 1 minute turns into 5. But the point is that you really want to talk to the people that are the decision makers because that's how things happen fast. You got to transact.
And everybody knows you work fast, man. You're hustling, working, going fast. And even somebody came up to me yesterday, like, who's David Sal? Like, where is he? And I told your boy,
Oh, he came by earlier today. Thank you.
I said, he's right there. He'll be here. And wants to buy leads. He's looking for, and somebody said, you need to talk to David.
Yeah.
And they found me, and they said, where's David? So that's the type of thing I'm here trying to connect people as well and help people navigate this space, because it's hard to find the good guys in this space. By the way, right? Sometimes it's confusing. Sometimes we all look alike.
Yeah.
But we don't all do the same thing. And it's important that the good guys are here, like yourself, that these buyers can meet with and get good quality partnerships.
Yeah. And I was gonna say another thing, you guys really filter, and I know this from somebody because I forgot, we had a short interview earlier. You talked about the advertiser pass, right? That's what's it, $295?
Yeah, $295.
That's a bargain. I mean,
that's not a bargain, it's a steal.
It's a steal. And I think the value of that is that, listen, like again, there's a lot of people, especially people that watch the LFG show, great media buyers, right? These are people that they live in, they're just in the weeds, they're generating good traffic, but they're working with people that aren't giving good payouts. They don't know how to get the direct buyers. And I think that's where they miss out. And some of them might be shy to come to these shows, but you got to put yourself out there. But the fact is, because I know a buddy of mine, he was going to buy the pass. And listen, I see there's an advertiser pass.
Yeah.
But you're an advertiser. You buy leads. The guy does credit repair. I said, yeah, go on the thing. And I think you guys vetted him out. You guys actually spoke with him to make sure that this is actually not some random person signing up.
Right.
I thought that was awesome. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. So it's a lead buyer pass, and we just want to make sure that it's going to brands and lead buyers, not people that are providing other marketing related services. Okay. We really want, it's specific to guys that want to buy leads. And it's hard for these guys to get a budget for it sometimes because they're not getting you guys can come here and pick up 5 clients, and that will equate to $100,000 extra, in revenue. Well, a lead buyer comes here, spends a lot of freaking money. It's hard sometimes to justify the cost because all they're going to do is find new partners, and there's not a real revenue tied to it necessarily sometimes. So we try to lower that barrier of entry. $300 just so they have to fill out an application. I bet every single person.
Yeah.
I was the guy that would probably talk to them.
Yeah.
I look up, are they really a lead buyer? So the buyers are real buyers.
Yeah.
They're not just some, I buy leads, because everybody buys leads in this industry. It doesn't mean you're the way we define it as an end lead buyer, like a insurance company, solar company. Tesla's here. I talked to Tesla. They got Tesla paid $300.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Do they need to pay? They can afford it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, they saw the company. They're here because for their solar product, and they're here. So we get some good brands here, and I love that the word's getting out that we have that opportunity. And I think every year there'll be more and more and more and more brands here. And I would love it if it was like 50% brands or 50%. I mean, that's my dream. Now it's a wild one, but that's every day. That's where I work for this.
What do you think what's the mix right now?
It's a good question. I think it's probably like 25 to 30% of
that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the shows are 5%.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere like 2%.
And you gotta find them because they're hiding.
Yeah.
They're hiding. They get, a lot of them have targets on their back, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm proud of that, and we're gonna continue to work hard. Literally, that's our number one focus is how do we get brands to this show. That's it. That's all we think about.
There's a new endeavor called Roofs in the Box. It's just, man, from day one, it's taken off.
When I first started getting in the roofing industry, what was happening was my fixed costs were always there. And so for me, I was looking at how can we kind of, one, save on these costs, and then two, how do I not lay people off during down times? But also maybe even the ability to pocket more money during the slow season or even the peak season. Since we've done this before, like with our lead gen companies where we have virtual staffing and from Argentina or Colombia, I'm like, why don't we do the same thing in the construction business? Now, once we figured it out, so we reduced their fixed cost by 70%. And so now during the downtime, they have real seasoned veteran type of players. But during the uptime, they pocket 70% of their operational costs are now going back in their pocket. And then when it's time to scale, they have the back end prepared, already ready to go to help them lift off. Depending on what state you're in, you're averaging about 12.5% on what you pay out on taxes, insurance, all the different insurances that you have to pay out, right? So yeah, you don't have to pay out unemployment, you don't have to pay out FICA insurance, Medicare, Social Security, the things that business owners have to eat.
Roofs in the Box is not just limited to roofing or home improvement companies.
You can use it for any services, right? You can use it for IT. We use them internally for data sales, for hygiene, for analytics. It doesn't even matter what the vertical is.
It's like business in the box at the end of the day.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think from day one, for the first contact I went to.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It's funny. I just realized that Lead Gen World was in Orlando and right during COVID or right after COVID.
Right after, it was 2021, dude.
Yeah, that was the first. That was great because it's funny because you're kicking off the new year.
Yeah.
2025, right? It's first event.
Yeah.
You kicked off the first event. You were the first event right after COVID, man.
Yes.
That was
we were
crazy.
the only.
I didn't know you back then personally, but that event was good for me. I did really well there. Everyone was stir crazy, and it was in Orlando. Coolio was there.
The last show was literally our show in 2020. It was in January, and then everything shut down in March.
Yeah.
The whole year, and then we came back and we're like, listen, a lot of states are still closed, a lot of regulations, and we just said, you know what, we're gonna do this, and if people want to come, we're gonna have masks and all that nonsense. We're gonna have all that stuff there for you. And if they don't want to come, that's okay too.
Yeah.
We're not telling you, we're not being political about it. We're just going to put a show up. And if you want to come, we're going to be here in Orlando. And it was small, but it was because
it was a good one.
But nobody was doing anything. And everyone was just so happy to be together. And that was a good one.
That was a good one, man. And yeah, I think that's what put you on the map, man, because it really, well, as far as me, because I didn't know you before then, right? But
yeah, well, that was only our second show.
Yeah.
This is our fifth.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. But that was a good one, and that's when we started. For us, particularly, 2021 was a good year for us.
Yeah,
and that really helped kind of keep the momentum going for us. And then one thing led to another, and we've been going since. So we went to the one contact IO you had, I think, the same year in Denver.
Yeah.
Got a booth there, and then we've been going all.
The Contact.io is great because it's the only pay-per-call conference. that I'm aware of. I mean, do you know of it? No. And so the only one that focuses on driving inbound calls and also for the brands, how to make outbound call strategies as well. So it's all around sales, marketing on the phone.
Got it.
And I love it because every other call focused show is customer service. Nothing's like sales and marketing, phone or via the phone, text message, that sort of stuff, and pay per call. So I like that show a lot. That one continues to grow in Denver. If anyone's buying calls or selling calls, you got to be at contact.io.
That's another good quality one too.
Yeah.
And there's a lot going on in Colorado too. You have a lot of the agencies there, providers. So it's a great location.
Services like
let's do. Yeah. And let me ask you this, because I'm not, I threw my first event in Columbia in August. We have another one coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we implemented that filtering process. It's funny because when we set up the website, people can go there and pay. And we're getting random people we didn't know. So we had to refund people. So we added like a thing to filter themselves. Do we actually know them? So now we have a good quality amount of people there, but it's stressful throwing in events. I don't know. And don't get me wrong. The first one we did in August, it was 20 people. This one we went over capacity. Right? We have a mansion. Now they're giving us trouble. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to refund some people. So it's a lot of stress. So I don't know how you do it. Like, can you talk about how you manage that? And like, how do you, because you have 1,500 people. Like, what goes through that?
Like I said, I was never an event guy. I was a lead gen guy that just wanted to start an event. So I think ignorance is a little bliss in this state. We're just like, okay, well, let's do it, and we don't stress out. We know that all the planning that we do is going to happen. If something goes wrong, it's going to go wrong. And then you just move on. You know what I mean? Like, you can only do so much.
Yeah.
And then as long as you get it set up, you let it happen. Like right now, I got a message saying the speaker hasn't showed up yet, right? Well, shit. That sucks. But what are we going to do? Nothing. No one's going to speak. Like, that's it. It happens. The events happen. Things happen. At the end of the day, we've created an opportunity for people to connect. That's our only goal. So we don't stress now. We have a no stress environment. And if something happens, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, and people understand that. And I think that's one of them saying, listen, it happened. It's not your fault.
No,
you did your best you can do. And at the end of the day, 99% of them show up. It's all.
Yeah. And we try our absolute best to make sure everybody's happy, and that's our main concern, so if an exhibitor's upset or something's going on, we'll do our best just to make sure that they're happy, So
yeah, I tell you what, I was going to ask you a question, but this ties in.
Yeah.
So you really do that because we had the GOAT on stage in contact that, all right?
Yeah.
And it was funny because, this started kind of as a joke. Let's get a GOAT. Ringma sponsors our show. They give out the GOAT awards. Yeah. So I said, contact.io, it's pay per call. I mean, we got to do something. We got to get it. That's our chance idea. Let's get a GOAT. Yeah. He found a guy with a GOAT. He brought it there. And I didn't realize, these goats pee, whatever, they poop. You got all this crap going on. You guys had the plastic out.
Yeah.
So that in case
the stage was plastic.
Gold stage. I was like, damn, I didn't realize. I felt kind of bad. I'm like, I'm making you do extra work, but you had it. You were so professional. You had it all prepared, and it was a hit. It went by really well.
Awesome. I love it because people come up with ideas, and I say, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it.
That's what I like about you, because I feel like you have to go through a whole bureaucracy approval process. No, we're not going to put a go fuck that. But you guys, let's do it. Right? It was fun. It was like that. It was different. No one does that in these shows.
It was great. And it was, like you said, it was fun.
It was fun.
Sometimes these conferences are so damn stuffy.
Yeah.
It's like, I know we're here for business 100%. And I think we need to be professional. Sometimes part of this industry ain't that professional. And I think we should be. But there also should be some loosening up and have some fun. And if it's doing something cool in your booth, if it's bringing a GOAT, if it's doing, something else, why not? Why the fuck not? Let's do it.
Yeah, bring something.
If it doesn't work and someone gets mad, we say sorry.
Yeah, and you learn, you move on, right?
Yeah, move on.
So we made a deal on our short interview, petting zoo, contact.io.
Yeah, I think that's.
It was shaking.
Hey, you bring the animals. I'll bring the fence. All right, you bring the animals. I'll bring the fence.
All right, now we gotta get some animals, man. Damn it.
But that's kind of sounds ridiculous.
But we need to get an exotic cat, like something unusual. We can't have their normal stuff.
No, we can't have any man-eating animals.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We always figure it out.
Okay, that's where I draw the line. Gators back out.
I wanted like a baby lion. He said no.
Okay, so I did say no to something.
Okay. Yeah. What?
Like a cub?
Cubby bear, a cub? Yeah, maybe we do that. A koala bear. Let's get a Let's get a koala bear, a wombat. Let's get a wombat in there, man. Wombats make a comeback.
You declaw the bear. I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
Okay, we'll do that. So check it. So this ties into the question I was going to ask you. Yeah. Yeah. Get some boxing kangaroos. Those motherfuckers, man. Yo, I was at yeah, they are
Scary.
We went to a fucking petting zoo here for my daughter. We were with these kangaroos. One of them grabbed my daughter. It started like nibbling. It tried to fucking bite her. I thought I was at the fucking box this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this motherfucker. I had to like in the game off, but they square up those fuckers. Yeah, we should get some guys during happy hour, box the kangaroos.
They're not as
No, that's not bad. We have PETA issues.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So this ties into the question I was gonna ask you. So aside from the goat,
Yeah.
what's the craziest experience or wildest experience? You know, PG.
What somebody?
Yeah. I'm sure there's some crazy somewhere. What
Then you went to LeadsCon, your first conference in 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, before then, like affiliate summits, ad techs, they would be just a crazy stuff, man, in these booths. But we keep it tame here, man. We're there's nothing crazy going on except with a couple wild animals, you know. But that's about it. I think I'm trying to think of anything crazy. There's really nothing. Yeah, everyone's cool, you know. Here, the animals got to be the craziest thing, which I love. I don't even think it's crazy, but I think it's great.
I tell you what, my best experience was.
Yeah.
It had to be Coolio.
Oh, Coolio.
Yeah, so
Rest in peace,
rest in peace. Yeah, you know what? I think we saw him, and like 6 months later, he passed away. He was gone.
As later that year. Yeah.
So, first event, COVID, whatever. That's what I like about this space. Like this space keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Like you didn't know, nothing surprises you.
Let me tell you the backstory on that.
Yeah.
So, Rich from Track Drive brought Coolio to be in the booth and all that sort of stuff. And it was the last day, and he's like, "Hey, Coolio wants to perform." I'm like, "Well, show's over in like 3 hours. You know, what do you mean he wants to perform?" I'm like, "Can't perform. What do you want?" You know, like, and he's like, "No, he wants to perform. He'll just like, can he put the track? He'll get up there." I'm like, "All right, let's do it." So I sent
that was improvised. That was part of the plan.
No.
Oh, wow.
So I sent out a message to everybody in the app, all the attendees going, "Hey, Coolio, 3 o'clock, come," you know? And he gets up there and does Gangster in Paradise. He does another song. And
I was there. I saw it.
People come, but that was not planned.
Yeah.
Up until a couple hours before that. He said, "Hey, Coolio wants to perform." Okay, let's do it. You know, fuck it. Let's get him up there. I mean, Coolio.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was awesome. He was great, man.
Yeah, that was my, I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. So,
Yeah, that was so cool.
yeah, I don't know. I thought they were talking shit. I'm like, how's Coolio here? What the fuck? And then
Yeah,
I
right?
go up to the elevator, I go into the room,
Yeah.
and he's right there. He's taking pictures with people. I'm drinking with him.
Yeah.
Guy was pretty cool too, man. He was funny. He was all right. He was exactly as advertised. He was like,
Yeah.
high energy. He was funny as fuck.
Shout out to Rich for Track Drive for bringing him. That was cool.
Yeah, that was a cool time, man. What else? What are the other standout moments, man? Any other ones? I'm sure, when you throw events, there's gotta be all sorts of crazy stuff.
You know what, dude? I come out here, I do all my stuff, and I kind of disappear.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I kind of
Probably better that way.
Yeah, just because, to be honest with you, I'm more introverted, so this shit drains me.
Wow.
Like I do this, and then I need to like turn the lights off and just chill and like recharge, and then get after it again. So I don't always go to all the parties and all that kind of stuff because I got to be up the next morning, and so I let all that stuff happen, and I just take care of business and be done with it.
Well, hats off to you, because you know what? The only way you grow is to get outside your comfort zone, right? So
Yeah.
in fact, I didn't know you were an introvert, but I can see it. It makes sense.
No, I love talking with people. I love, you get me talking, I'll talk.
Yeah.
But it does, like, I get a little. It's a long day. It doesn't matter.
It is. No, it is.
Like, you're on your feet. You're talking with people. It's like the gauntlet, right? People are stopping you here, and you're just trying to, make as much happen. And at the end of the day, you're like, oh man, I'm sore. Like, you would like hiked a freaking mountain.
It's like an athletic event.
Yeah.
It's an athletic event. I say that to people.
Yeah.
And my voice is doing okay now, but man, it's like it puts a toll on your body.
You're on another level too, dude. You're on another.
This is like my Olympus. I come here, it's like my playoffs, because I know I got people. These are people you want to transact with.
Yeah.
You can't get them on the phone. You can't get them on LinkedIn because they're getting bombarded. They're here. So when I'm here, I'm gonna really be ready. I'm gonna be at every party, every meetup, blah blah blah. Bring my team. Tell me, hey, go here. This person's here, and the ROI is great.
Yeah.
You know, for whatever it costs. I don't know, was it 1,000, 1,200? It's a drop in the bucket for the ROI you get.
Yeah, well, 100%.
I made millions at events off of clients, you know, with clients. We made millions together.
Yeah, so I always kind of get a kick because I know that conferences are expensive, but when someone goes, "Hey, man, do you got any deal? Like the price is $700, which is extremely affordable.
Yeah.
You got it's a little too expensive for me," and I get it. So we give out discount codes. If someone has a financial can't afford it, we'll give them a discount. You know, all that sort of stuff. But to your point though, is I look at it and go, man, if you don't make at least $700 from this show,
Yeah.
call me. I'll comp your ticket, dude, because you should be making 700,000 or 70,000 from this show. You should be having at least 1 or 2 new clients that should be doing X amount of dollars in revenue every month, starting in 30, 60 days.
Yeah.
Like, so $700 for a pass is extremely affordable when you're talking about the revenue that you can get from just meeting one person.
Especially if you're new in the business. Again, LeadsCon 2017, my first event.
Yeah.
And man, that event, I did great. I was in solar was starting to heat up. Solar direct marketing. I signed up like 4 or 5 direct buyers there.
Yeah.
And man, I did millions with several of them. One of them I've done 8 million with since 2017.
Yeah.
Another one, the Ruben's company, he was Horizon Solar, did 7 figures with that group. I met them at that event. So yeah, $700,000, $1,000, freaking $5,000. If you come there with the right mindset, you do it right, you're gonna make money. That's what it comes down to.
Man.
Mike, I'm so glad we talked about doing this for the longest time, so I'm glad we did it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I love this show. I love what you're doing. It's so much fun to watch and connect, see who you interview. And I meet new people through the interviews. So it's awesome.
Well, that's part of the process, you know, wins and talking to good people and just learning. I learn from other people, right? We learn from each other. That's what. But so glad to have you on the show, man. Let's keep this freaking thing going, man.
Appreciate it.
Contact.io. When is it again?
August
27th to 29th. We got the sign right on. We do freaking realize
if you're buying or selling calls or making outbound sales calls, you got to be at contact.
Yeah, be there. Be there, be square. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Good.
That was good, man.
Get ready to level your shit up with the LFG show. We travel the globe to bring you heavy hitters from all walks of life. We've been talking some serious business, from the best digital marketers, government contracting experts, to top athletic and celebrity doctors. We've got it all covered. We're talking to guys with cash in for billions with a B. And the best thing is, we're just getting started. So hold on tight. We're about to crank it up a notch. Get ready for next level networking and masterminds within the LFG community. Scared money don't make no money or honey. Hit the subscribe button, drop a like, leave a comment, and let's fucking go.